This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story, a gripping true crime podcast that takes you deep into the chilling tale of allegations against Lucy Letby, a seemingly caring and dedicated nurse who harbored a dark secret. Join us as we unravel the twisted journey of a medical professional whose actions sent shockwaves throughout the healthcare community. It's the story of a nurse who went from saving lives to becoming the harbinger of death. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story. Neonatal nurse Lucy Letby, a woman of 33 years who was once cherished by the families she served, was caught in a web of accusations and disbelief. Amidst the hushed, emotion-laden confines of the Manchester Crown Court, a chilling narrative unfolded. A tale centered around baby I, an infant whose life was tragically cut short in October 2015, allegedly by Letby's own hands. The court heard of a card, a condolence letter penned by Letby herself, a few short hours before the bereaved family gathered for baby I's funeral. The note was poignant, a heartfelt outpouring that said, "There are no words to make this time any easier. It was a true privilege to care for baby I and to know you as a family who prioritized baby I above all and did everything possible for her." In the aftermath of her 2018 arrest, detectives confronted Letby with the condolence card. She confessed to photographing it, a practice she often followed, even for birthday cards. "It was distressing, and I thought it was important to remember the kind words I had shared with that grieving family," she explained to the investigating officer. The narrative then darkened, delving into the grim events of October 13, 2015. Letby vehemently denied having any prior knowledge that baby I would be found lifeless in her cot shortly after 3 a.m., a result of an alleged attack. She dismissed the suggestions that the poor lighting and the tent-like canopy over the cot would have made visibility impossible. She claimed that a nurse had switched on the lights upon entering the room. Another nurse, Ashley Hudson, recalled to the court a heart-rending moment. Tearfully, she remembered Letby claiming the baby looked pale, even though she was standing 6 feet away. When Hudson approached baby I, she found the infant in a critical condition, a stark contrast to her stable state merely 15 minutes prior. Returning from assisting another colleague, Hudson had been unaware of the baby's deteriorating condition. With her back turned to the cot, preparing milk for the infant, Hudson recalled Letby standing in the doorway, suggesting baby I looked pale. This was contested by Letby, who insisted they had both entered the nursery together and switched on the lights. As the questioning intensified, Letby defended her observation of baby I's pallor, attributing it to her experience and noting baby I's natural complexion was pale. The officer pressed, stating Hudson could see something was gravely wrong with baby I. Letby's chilling reply was, "She didn't look dead." The detective's theory was that Letby knew the baby would be pale because she had just attacked her, an accusation that Letby flatly denied. She continued to refute claims of repeated attacks on baby leading up to her death on October 23. Letby, originally from Hereford, stands accused of murdering 7 babies and attempting to murder 10 more. All charges she denies. The courtroom echoed with Letby's sobs as she recalled the heartbreaking deaths of 2 triplets within a span of 24 hours. She remembered arranging baby O and his brother, baby P, in a cold cot for their parents, who requested photos for a memory box. The surviving triplet was later transferred to the Liverpool Women's Hospital. Letby remembered the period as particularly traumatic, a sentiment shared among the staff. She denied claims of finding work away from intensive care boring and had no recollection of making certain insensitive remarks about baby P or of being advised by the senior pediatrician on the unit to take time off due to the trauma. Throughout the interviews, Letby consistently denied causing harm to any babies, including baby J and baby M, to facilitate their movement into the nursery where she was working. Her denial was firm and unyielding, ringing through the courtroom, pushing back against the heinous accusations leveled against her. Yet, the accusations hung heavy in the air, creating a thick tension that coated every surface of the courtroom. Each whispered conversation, each shuffle of papers, echoed the same question. Was the compassionate nurse capable of such monstrous acts? Or was she simply a woman trapped in a dire narrative woven around her? The jury, as silent observers of this unfolding drama, were caught between the words of a woman who had once been a beacon of hope for struggling families and the grim accusations that painted her as a villain. The contradiction was stark. The neonatal nurse, who had written words of comfort and condolences, now stood accused of the most unthinkable crimes. Every detail of the case became a symbol of this contradiction. The photographs of the condolence cards, once seen as tokens of empathy, were now under scrutiny as potential symbols of a more sinister motive. The explanation Letby offered, a desire to remember the kind words shared with the grieving families, was being questioned, analyzed, and dissected under the harsh light of suspicion. Even her observations about baby A's condition, which would have been seen as professional assessments in a different context, were now being re-examined. Did she have a better understanding of the baby's condition due to her experience, as she claimed, or was there a darker truth behind her words? The court also heard about the traumatic loss of 2 triplets within 24 hours, a heart-wrenching event that brought Letby to tears. She had arranged for the little ones, baby O and his brother baby P, to be placed together in a cold cot, a final act of togetherness for the siblings. Photos were taken at the parents' request, a painful memory for a shattered family. The surviving triplet was later transferred to another hospital, a glimmer of hope amidst the devastating loss. This narrative, as told by Letby, highlighted the emotional toll of working in a neonatal intensive care unit. It painted a picture of a dedicated nurse, emotionally invested in her work and the lives she was a part of. Yet, against the backdrop of the serious allegations leveled against her, the narrative took on a chilling hue. As the trial progressed, the reality of the situation became increasingly complex. A woman who had been a source of comfort and hope for many was now at the center of a macabre tale of alleged murder. The question remained, was Lucy Letby, a neonatal nurse from Hereford, a compassionate caregiver, or a cold-hearted killer? The answer to this question would determine not just her fate, but also forever alter the narrative of neonatal care at the Countess of Chester Hospital. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story, a gripping true crime podcast that takes you deep into the chilling tale of allegations against Lucy Letby, a seemingly caring and dedicated nurse who harbored a dark secret. Join us as we unravel the twisted journey of a medical professional whose actions sent shockwaves throughout the healthcare community. It's the story of a nurse who went from saving lives to becoming the harbinger of death. This is Nurse of Death, the Lucy Letby story.